It's time for an Out and About with Jamie Grout Shortcast video, and with me is the Mayor of Newton, Randy Erwin. And Randy, let's talk a little bit about property taxes here. The state legislature wrapped up. What is your take as the Mayor of Newton on the state legislature's property taxes? Can you guys deal with that?
I think we're set up pretty good to take care of it. We've talked before about how good I think Matt Muckler and Lisa Frazier was, and now Lisa's been replaced by Candace. But they were already giving us spreadsheets and telling us numbers for the next 2 to 5 years. There was a lot of things that is still being sorted out. I think we'll see a lot more of that being defined as once the governor signs it. But I think we have set ourselves up, and I say we, meaning Matt and Candace, set ourselves up. Some of the things they talk about in there is a 35% overrun that some cities use. We maintain it at 25, which is already below the state level. They talk about 25-year max on certain TIF numbers. Newton's already maxed out at 20. So some of the things they've put in place is probably necessary, but Jamie, what people have to realize is if you go out and look at the organizations that track property taxes, they will tell you that both Newton and Jasper County have green lights. It's Iowans for Tax Relief is the website I look at, but they'll tell you that Newton and Jasper County both as municipalities are extremely good with property taxes. So we're okay with what the state's doing.
So I just did a podcast with Terry McKinney of Lucy's Pet Pantry, and of course, I guess you could call it a wholly owned subsidiary of Lucy's Pet Pantry, is the Neuter is Cuter program. And I didn't know, it's been going on for a couple years now, right. And they have spayed neutered 1,400 some dogs and cats. And I live in the northwestern side of Newton, and your friend and mine, Mark Hallam, represents that area, and that's where the problem seems to be the worst. As a matter of fact, we adopted a cute cat by the name of Warvigal. The name, I know it's weird, it's a long story, but anyway, we adopted her, and there are a lot of strays in that part of Newton, but they're all over the city. And I know that Terry came before the city council asking for some funds, and apparently you're going to be taking that up again tonight at the city council meeting. What is your opinion on that, and how do you feel?
Well, I think it's a bigger problem than people realize, because anytime you have a cat explosion, they bring with them a lot of issues. And so if we can curb the mass production, if you will, of cats in the city, that's a good thing. And to have a partner like Lucy's Pet Pantry and someone like Terry, who's a big advocate for it, to catch, neuter, and return is an amazing thing to do, because cats are not a problem. Let's not let it be a problem.
Yeah, it gets to be a problem, and what they do is they do capture them and they take care of that problem. And these people, these veterinarians that do this, are all volunteer, and they have facilities. I didn't know this, but at Lucy's Pet Pantry that take care of that. So that is fantastic. So I rarely take a stand on things, Randy. I try to be a journalist, serious, but I hope the city council will help out with that. I know funds are tight. I get that. Right. I totally understand that. What else is on the agenda for the city council tonight?
We've got some housekeeping things with budgets. We're wrapping up the 27 budget, so we have to go through some readings. We also have the year end coming up of the 26 budget that we've got some final things to do. One of the things we'll celebrate tonight is wrapping up the Aurora Heights Tennis Park and signing off on that completion. And I think that's a wonderful thing for the city and a great partnership between the city, the school, and the YMCA. So I think that's an awesome thing to get completed.
And people are wondering what's going to go into the old Perkins restaurant.
All I can tell you is it has been purchased. It is not a chain. It's a local vendor. And I'm hoping it's a great restaurant. I'm hoping we can all try it out soon.
Okay. And I hear that big things are coming in July.
That's it. I don't want to steal anybody's thunder, but, we've talked a lot about the rail park and what it means to Newton and the future of Newton. Like we talked about before, I think Melissa Dalton, myself, really took the head on this and met with county supervisors, Interstate Railroad, as well as Alliant Energy. And we have a group that's been put together and it's been researched and marketing. And I think you're going to hear some good announcements in July, and I think you're going to hear some more announcements in the fall.
You going to be coaching this fall?
Well, they haven't fired me yet, so that's a good sign. I can never say enough about the guys I coach with. Andy Sweeten is just amazing.
Uh-huh.
And then you've got Brian Springer and Powers and Warner and
Tom
Richie.
Week's going to be back?
I'll bet Tom shows up.
Okay, all
I
right.
think we can drag him. He's got to show up or I'm the old man on the team. So, no, what a great group of people to be with.
Yeah.
I already seen the schedule for the summer and the workouts, and we're going to go take place at a central team camp later this summer. And we got some great kids back. We lost some really good, high caliber kids. But I think Andy's getting to the point now to where he's really got a great base. And to sit in those offensive meetings for an old guy like me that was 3 yards in a cloud of dust under Frank Gilson, it's just fun to watch the playbook come together. We ran, people don't realize this, we ran over 1,000 plays last year.
Wow.
1,000 different plays.
Gee whiz.
And yeah, the minds of these offensive guys are just amazing.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I got the best compliment the other day. A couple weeks ago, I was at Pizza Hut, and Coach Kirchhoff was there.
Oh, Stan.
And we were both waiting for our food, and we got to talking. And I don't know if you knew this or not, my dad was a speech, debate, and drama teacher at Newton before he went into real estate and insurance. And we talked about the NHS Hall of Fame. And he said, you know, your dad should go into the NHS Hall of Fame because he was the Frank Gilson of debate.
Oh, I believe that.
That was a high compliment, let me tell you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because kids, if you don't know who Frank Gilson is, you should know. He was a legendary coach at Newton, and that was, thanks Stan Kirchhoff for that compliment. It meant a lot.
Your dad opened the door for people like Frank Cruz, who
Yes.
was also an
Yeah.
amazing
Yeah.
speech and debate coach. So,
Yeah.
yeah, if your dad hadn't got that program started, who knows where we
Yeah.
would be.
Well, and when Frank Cruz went into the NHS Hall of Fame, he had me stand up in honor of my dad.
Nice.
And let me tell you, that touched me a lot. Anyway, we got to wrap up because this is supposed to be a short cast video, and we're over 7 minutes already. So, Randy,
Always
thank you
fun.
very much. My buddy Irv, I hate to say my buddy Irv because I'm supposed to be non-partial in these interviews, but it's hard not to be because we go back into high school with Annie Get Your Gun in high school when he was an indigenous person, and I was like Frank or something.
You were the ring announcer.
I was the ring announcer in that play. Anyway, hey, you know what? Come to some of those city council meetings and check it out. And if you have an opinion on something, they'll give you a few minutes to get up and talk about it. And otherwise, you know, you can get a hold of Randy on Facebook or whatever. I think the door is always pretty much open for him.
Always open. I love it when I get calls, even sometimes when there aren't any calls. I love to get calls, and I love for people to come up and talk to me at meetings, and had great opportunity to speak to Rotary and to Kiwanis and to RSVP, just anybody that wants to hear my spiel. I absolutely love talking to people.
You betcha. Till next time, grrr, out is out. See ya.